Did you know that General Motors used to produce explosives for the US government during World War I and World War II? And in fact, during World War I, GM redirected over 90% of its truck production over to war manufacturing, including supplying thousands of vehicles, engines, and mortar shells. Specifically, Oldsmobile, which is a GM division, became a major producer of cannon ammunition, including mortar shells, using a new forging and extruding technique. In any case, to support this claim, I found a video from a Vietnam veteran that claims that he was hit by a mortar round while he was in Vietnam.
Oh yeah, well I got hit by a piece of General Motors shrapnel, from an 81 mortar. They dug it out of my leg and it said GM and it had the numbers on it and everything, So General Motors is making mortars, man. That's
they've been making mortars for a while, man.
I tell you, they're making money. That's what it's all about. Like they're supposed to be making cars.
I'm saying if our government didn't spend so much money on other nations, giving them aid, giving them everything we have, we'd be better off because we could spend our money on poverty. We could clean up the city.
And it's not like a war where, World War II where we won and that was it and it's all over. Now, how do you think we're ever going to disinvolve ourselves from Vietnam?
Winning.
Yeah, but you can't win a war like that.
Who's paying for the war?
We are.
We are. That's right.
Yeah.
For what?
That's right. For what?
For what? Yeah, for what? For what? You were there. You got wounded 3 times. Twice or whatever it was.
Last time I got hit in the head. We had 57 killed and 140 wounded. And my whole platoon was completely wiped out except for about 3 or 4 guys, And it's it's really strange. I went down to Indiana for my buddy's funeral, because he was a real good friend of mine. And it's really to see it, what the people really go through, when their son gets killed, especially a favorite son, like he was the only son in the family.
So apparently this was filmed in a bar. I've always found it interesting, some of these Vietnam vets went through some real crazy stuff and they still managed to make it through. I see a lot of similarities between Vietnam vets and the GWAT generation. A lot of similarities.